Hello, this is me, Leonard Wells, broadcasting as usual from HASLINGDEN, north of Manchester in the UK. There's been a lot of talk all over Europe and beyond about the burqa. This is the woman's veil that women who are Muslims can wear, and some do and some don't, and there seems to be arguments on both sides. But today I was listening to a discussion between two ladies. One was Muslim and the other wasn't. And the Muslim woman put the argument that actually she wore the veil for the benefit of men, because if she showed her face, this would inflame the passions of any man who might gaze upon her, and thus she would be the cause of his sin. Well, there's a certain amount of truth in that, but the majority of men, and I speak as one, are not particularly turned on by a face. It isn't a face that's particularly exciting and arousing in a sexual manner. The eyes can sometimes make contact, and that might spark off a thought, but initially with a man, he doesn't look specifically, at least in the first instance, at the face, although he sees the face first. So one of the things that this lady forgot was that the very mask, the burqa that she wears, might to some men be exciting because they're attracted to the mystery of woman. And here is a mysterious woman with the just showing her eyes, and who knows what she's thinking behind the mask. Doesn't it give her an opportunity to feel she is secure, to be able to think what she likes and look at what she likes without other people being able to see what she's doing? So in one sense, I feel intimidated by the mask because I'm unable to know what's going on behind it. I'm not suggesting that I look so handsome that women behind the burqa are going to be sitting there drooling at the prospect of seeing me in my underpants. And equally today, with all the fears of terrorism and you know what, to have somebody sitting opposite you dressed in that manner is intimidating and quite frightening. I mean, if I suddenly took out a balaclava and hid my head and sat looking at a woman, she would probably call for the guard of the train, or the bus conductor, or the bus driver, or whatever, or a policeman. And who could blame her? So there's a lot of misconceptions. And another point you could make is that many men might be very grateful that these women wear the veil, because not all women who wear a veil are pretty to look at. Many might be ugly, so we might be glad of the fact that they wear a veil. So all these things go round and round and round and become intertwined, and at the end of the day it comes down to a certain amount of common sense. Because if a woman has such little faith in men that she thinks that they're all eyeing her up and down, then even if she goes out with a veil on, is she not likely to think along the same lines? If her thought processes work along the lines that men are wicked and evil and easily led by the carnal desires, by the lusts of the flesh and all the rest of it, then is it going to make any difference if she wears the veil? Her attitude to men? Does she think that the veil will protect her from those passions that she might arouse? Not in the slightest. So I think if we all add it all up, either we all wear the veil or nobody does, seems to me. Because we object to boys wearing hoods inside shopping malls because they can't be seen, their faces can't be seen on the cameras. And ladies with veils have to remove them at airports and so on to prove who they are. So I think it just complicates life. Why make life even more difficult than it already is? I'm sure God in his wisdom didn't make women's faces to be hidden. I cannot believe that. Simply cannot believe that. And in isolation, a woman's face doesn't make any difference, to me anyway. Unless she sat there winking at me, or making eyes at me as we call it. Well, I think I've waffled enough about this subject. I think we should all just relax a bit and decide coolly, calmly and collectively that we don't really need this complication in life. And sometimes I get the impression that some of these ladies in the veil do it specifically to proclaim the fact that they're Muslims. And yet the same women are really outside the school hopping up and down because the school teacher's wearing a crucifix. Just like I am. Because I'm a Christian. And I'm quite happy to be a Christian. This country has been Christian for 2,000 years. And it will go on being a Christian country. So there you have it. Better close now, otherwise my 10 minutes will be up. All the best. Take care. Bye.